Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Conversation with Kristen. So I wanted to come by today and have a discussion with you guys. It's extremely important. I ran into it again yesterday, and it's just something that makes me shake my head a little bit, but it's extremely important for the consumers to be aware of. A couple different things. One, so I get a call yesterday from a client. She says, "Hey, Kristen, I was referred to you and to get a second opinion. The agent wasn't really sure on my pre-approval letter, so she was hoping I could get a second opinion." And I said, "That sounds great. I'd be happy to help you." So Mrs. Apple, what we want to do then, since it was Friday, later afternoon, I said, what we want to do is we want to get the application started. We have a great online app, okay, which we do. She's like, "Okay, no problem. I'll fill it out." I said, at the very end of the application, we have what's called a to-do list. It links to our secure Dropbox. If you have your W-2s, pay stubs, and bank statements, you can simply drop them into that secure Dropbox, and I can get everything done for you even yet tonight. She says, "Well, I don't have anything saved on my computer." And I said, "Okay, do you have them handy paper-wise?" She says, "Yes." And I said, "Okay, so do you want to fax them over to me?" And she says, "Well, I don't have a fax machine at work, and we can't scan an email." "Okay, no problem." I said, "What time do you work?" She says, "Well, I work about 7 a.m. till after 6 p.m. every night." Long hours. She works long hours. I said, "Okay. So if it's tough to get the documents," I said, "can I ask how you got the documents to the last loan officer you were working with?" She goes, "Well, he didn't ask for any documents." I said, "But Mrs. Apple, you said you have a pre-approval letter in your hand, right?" She says, "Yeah." And I said, "How did he calculate your income?" She said, "He didn't." But you have a pre-approval letter. Yep. Okay, this agent her gut was right. That pre-approval letter was phony. She doesn't know how to calculate her income because she has mixed variable income, meaning salary plus bonus plus commission. Now, without a 2-year history of bonus and commission, you cannot use that income. Plus, she's already alerted me to let me know that her credit is a little bit shaky. So now you have a borrower who maybe needs a little credit work, has a pre-approval letter in her hand, and the income isn't even calculated correctly based off of her true pay stubs and W-2s. Now that real estate agent is going to take her out shopping for houses today. She's probably going to write an offer or two on a pre-approval that hasn't even looked at the income. You guys, I can't tell you how many things are wrong with that. One, she could be a great buyer, and that's awesome. Is she looking even in the right price point? Because what does she know? She doesn't even know what her income calculation is, okay? 2, you're now sending a real estate agent out away from their family on a Saturday to go look at houses with a borrower that potentially isn't even really pre-approved. I said to her, "Well, when did he suggest he get these documents from you?" And she said, "Oh, he just told me that I could get them to him once we have an accepted offer." So now you have an agent who's going to write an offer on a client who might not be a pre-approved. And if that seller accepts that offer, and then in a week or two, that lender who finally gets those documents calls back and says, "Oh, by the way, I can't do your loan," and she's now already got an accepted offer, she maybe has done an inspection, and she's probably paid for her earnest money on a phony pre-approval letter. You guys, I can't even tell you how bad of advice that is. That's such bad advice. As a lender with a W-2 employee, we need 30 days pay stubs, 2 years W-2s, and bank statements to make sure you have the money to put down. It is not much. Most borrowers probably have that handy within, a minute or two. This woman had everything Mrs. Apple had everything handy. So she says, "Kristen, how can I get this stuff to you?" And I said, "How about this? You meet me at my office tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We will meet at my office. We will go over the documents, and I will make sure when you're out shopping for a home, you are legitimately shopping in your price point. And when you write an offer, you can feel comfortable about it." It's that easy, you guys. It is not tough. If a lender is handing you a pre-approval letter and the lease they're not even getting the documents, that's pure laziness. And I don't understand. There's so much on the line on just being lazy. If that lender's that lazy in your pre-approval, how fast do you think he's going to take you to the closing table? How quickly do you think he's going to answer your calls on the weekends when you have questions while your loan is in process? I'm guessing probably not very quick. So my suggestion is, if you have a pre-approval letter in your hand and you have not given an ounce of documentation to it to ensure that your pre-approval letter is accurate, please, please, please reach out and get a second opinion. I can't stress it enough. If you are an agent and you're holding onto a pre-approval letter that doesn't say that they've checked credit, that doesn't say that they've checked income based off of the client's documentation that they gave you, please tell your client to get a second opinion. I know you all don't mind working on the weekends and helping your clients out, but you don't want to be doing that on the weekends for people who probably or may not be qualified, all because a lender didn't take enough time to get a couple pay stubs. So I know as agents, you're feeling me on that. As buyers, I know you don't want to put in offers that you on a home that you think you can afford, but maybe on paper, you don't qualify for that price point. Now you're financially and emotionally attached to a home that you maybe shouldn't have ever been looking at. Maybe you get me the documents and you should be looking at a higher price home. Maybe now you can afford to, offer over and get the offer accepted. Put your best foot forward. This doesn't always have to be a negative. There could be income there that we could use that she could buy even up from where she wanted to. Right now, the key factor is she doesn't even know. And she doesn't even have the proper qualifications to make sure she's looking in the right direction. So please hear me on this. If you need a pre-approval on the weekends, we are here for you. My team and I will be happy to help you. We want you to be out shopping. We want you to put your best foot forward. We want you to win the house. We want you to win the house, but more importantly, we want you to be able to close on that house too. So it is our best discretion to make sure we're getting those pay stubs and W-2s, bank statements from you. It's not tough, you guys, and I promise you'll feel a lot more confident going out and looking at that. If I can help at all this weekend, please don't hesitate to reach out. My number and information is below, and I'd be honored to work with you. Thank you so much for listening, and hey, cheers to a great weekend. It's going to be sunny and nice. Take care. Bye-bye.